must continue. We cannot stop. And we believe that the more we do this enlightenment, this message will begin to resonate with our people. And they will begin behavioral change. And majority of our people, before you get them to change their attitudes, it takes time. But that is why we must, all of us, the media, the critical stakeholders, must continue to draw this into the hearing of our people, so that it will resonate with them, and they begin to change their attitude.
Much as I agree with you about the message resonating with our people, for them to change their attitude, I've seen a lot of messages, a lot of advocacy messages, a lot of PSAs, even from us here. We have, produced some PSAs here, and a lot of media organizations as well. But there still seems to be something missing. And what I see is that it looks like we're communicating with people not in the language they understand. We're speaking to them in English. How many market women understand English? How many villagers understand English?
At our own end, we do not communicate with our people, in pure English. What we do is we communicate with them in the day-to-day language that they understand. Wherever we go, we understand what goes on there, the kind of language that they speak, the way they understand themselves. Even at some of our outreaches, we use the street language that the people will understand. That is the way we connect with them. We have a connection with them by using that lingo that they understand. You understand? And that is why the National Orientation Agency is quite different. Our people are trained mobilizers who understand the nuances of the people that they try to communicate with. So we speak with them in their various local languages. Okay. At our end, we have people that speak Hausa, that speak Igbo, that speak Egu, that speak Ijebu. If it gets to us speaking Awori, we speak Awori to the people. You understand? And if it gets to the levels where we go, there are areas that the people that you have there are, people who are street people. So we speak to them in their street lingo that they will understand.
Okay, you're speaking to them in the language that they understand, which is good.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, how deep or how far-reaching are these messages? Now, I'm looking at the people in the rural areas. I'm looking at people in the riverine areas that you cannot, there's no form of road network there, that you have to get there maybe by speedboats or canoes or something. How well is the message resonating among such people in the rural areas?
Yes, like I said before, National Orientation Agency prides itself in its manpower. And what the National Orientation Agency has offices and officers in all the local governments in the Federation. In Lagos State, we have officers and offices in the 20 local governments and 37 local council development areas. So we are able to reach out to those hard to reach areas. We have, as our foot soldiers, also the men of the White Brigade. The White Brigade are under the National Orientation Agency. They have been trained on communication, how to communicate with the people in the various hard-to-reach rural areas. And some of these people live within this community. So we don't have issues getting the messages across to them. Yes, there are challenges, but we at this time, we think out of the box. Because it is no longer business as usual. Rather, it is business unusual. So we think of how we can quickly, correctly, get to those people in hard-to-reach areas.
Okay. As we begin to round up this discussion, I want to ask you, because some people have actually muted the idea that perhaps some form of punishment should be meted out to people who do not obey these simple rules of combating the coronavirus pandemic, because our people don't seem to want to listen. What is your take on this? For instance, people that don't wear their face mask.
I'm one of the advocates of having enforcement and putting some form of, punishment or penalty on people who refuse to obey this simple protocol.
Okay.
I have even gone to the extent of advocating that each local government chairman should set up task forces within their local government.
Okay.
That we enforce compliance. Because the local government is the closest to the people.
Yes.
At one of our Zoom meetings where the president of Agro was present,
yes.
I advocated for this that there must be a form of sanction. It seems as if our people will not obey simple, instructions unless there is a form of sanction attached to it. We need to let our people know that it is not yet rule. We need to take responsibility, if not for ourselves, for the sake of our children, our wives, our families, our neighbors, people living around us. Because one single infected person can infect over 100 people in a day.
Exactly.
So we need to take responsibility. We need to all collectively join hands together with government to flatten the curve of this COVID-19.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Wahidi Shola, for being a part of the show today. You've enlightened us so much, and we are definitely working with the National Orientation Agency in driving the message across to the people so that we can actually curb and control the spread of the coronavirus pandemic. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
It is my pleasure.
Thank you very much. Well, I have been speaking with Mr. Wahidi Shola, the Director, National Orientation Agency, Lagos State, and we've been talking about the role of the NOA and how we can all collectively stem the tide of this coronavirus pandemic. Morning Ride continues right after this time out. Please don't go nowhere. Yes, that was an interview with the Director, NOA, National Orientation Agency, in person of Mr. Wahidi Shola. Like it or not, the figures are increasing. I mean, we're recording huge figures by the day. And, wow, I don't understand us as a people. Driving to the office this morning, I saw too many people not wearing their nose masks. Even in the office here, I have had to caution one or two persons about not wearing their nose masks. You will see people put it on their chin, and I'm wondering, is it meant for the chin? I don't know what else we can do, because the NOA has said that they are communicating with people in the language they understand. In Lagos State, for instance, Yoruba, Pidgin, Hausa, Igbo, even the Ogun, they're communicating in all of these languages. And I'm wondering what else we need to be told, how else, we need to be spoken to. Well, like I said earlier, I am actually in tandem with Mr. Governor, who has said that in public places, people found not wearing their nose masks will be arrested, and some punitive measures will be applied to them. Perhaps that will get us to take this thing serious and understand that really we are in dire situation in Nigeria and in Lagos State in particular. Because as at midnight on Friday, the 3rd July, Lagos State, the NCDC announced another 454 newly confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Nigeria. And of this 454, Lagos State, as usual, taking the top rank, is responsible for 87 of these cases. The FCT has 60, Oyo has 19, while Edo presents with 63 new cases. Abia has 31, Ogun 29, and Ondo 41. Benue State, where we heard that the governor's wife and the aide have both tested positive, is responsible for 32 new cases, while Delta has 16 cases, Enugu 15, Kaduna 17, Plateau 9, 1,000 mark. Of course, for Lagos State, we have recorded so far 10,910 cases Of the 27,564, Lagos State is responsible for 10,910 cases, while the FCT is responsible for 2,080 cases. Edo State has 1,266, while Kano closely follows Edo with 1,262 cases. Delta has 1,165, and Rivers has 1,114 cases. Now, the question to begin to ask ourselves is this: are our figures going to continue rising like this? The European Union has opened business, in the EU states, EU countries, to an extent. But some countries have been barred from traveling to EU countries. And leading the pack is the United States and Russia. And just, I think on Friday, the U.S. reported about 50,000 cases. I think there were about 50,000 new cases reported in the U.S. alone, with Florida, just like Lagos State, taking, the top rank there. Now, can we afford the United States, to a large extent, we believe, has what it takes, even though they don't seem to be taking, going about it the right way. But we do not have. We're fast running out of bed spaces, at our isolation centers. We don't have enough materials, even test kits, the PPEs and all of that. Now, can we begin to afford to record really high numbers? I really don't know what else we need to do. Maybe viewers can educate us more on what we need to do. Maybe I think that's a discussion we will take up probably from next week on this show, where people can begin to suggest to us what else needs to be done for people to believe, really, that one, the coronavirus pandemic is real, that it is not a hoax, it is not, a scheme, it is just there, just like we had, the flu, the swine flu back then, that the coronavirus is real, and what can be done to ensure that it sinks into the psyche of people, that we understand that really and truly it is here, and unless we follow the laid down measures, nothing will, we won't even get near flattening the curve, not to talk of tapering it down. We will keep doing our own here, but perhaps from next week, we'll begin to have that conversation between us and you, our esteemed viewers. It's still morning, right? And it's time for us now to take a look into our health some more. We will be meeting the two M's. That's talking about Dr. Martina Agbere and Dr. Maimuna Kadri. They will be talking to us on the physicians today, and we're looking at health insurance. Let's find out what we can about health insurance.
The mission of the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers is to provide a central organization for the regulation of all practicing insurance brokers in Nigeria. How does health insurance work? Is it effective to the masses? If so, why are more people not making use of this beneficial advantage?
Welcome to the physicians.
If you're just joining us, this is the Physicians, where your health is our business. My name remains as Dr. Maimuna Yusuf Kadri, and of course with me always is
Dr. Martina Agbere is my name.
Dr. Martina. Do you have health insurance?
Yes, I do.
Which one of them?
Well, I still work for government, so
you're a government child.
Yes. I'm covered under the National Health Insurance Scheme.
So, because this are some of the things we want to talk about. We do understand that there's a national health insurance, but we're not
talking about that today. So
Absolutely.
that is not our discussion for today.
Yeah.
We're talking about the registered insurance brokers and the role they play in all of the insurance, healthcare insurance that we have. With us today in the studio are two lovely guests who are going to be talking about effective healthcare via insurance. With us today is Mrs. Bukola Ifemade. She is the chairman, Lagos Area Committee, Nigeria Council of Registered Insurance Brokers, and Mr. Francis Ewerido, the MD, Titan Insurance Brokers. Titan. That means it's heavy insurance. That's it. I like that. You're welcome.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome to the physicians.
So, sir, is it they say ladies first?
Yes.
So you agree at this point in time?
Please.
So what does this involve? What is health insurance?
Thank you for having us again. Insurance brokers, as professionals, we act as the intermediary for every form of insurance. And as professionals, we are already trained, and licensed to advise insuring public about the different types of insurance, starting with health insurance, which is our focus for today. Because I always love saying that insurance is the best and the most effective socio-economic welfare tool in Nigeria. And who best to deploy that than insurance brokers? So where health insurance is concerned, which is very critical because they say health is wealth, so we actually help the insuring public to identify the insurance plan they need to have rather than pay out of pocket. Like one of our colleagues recently said, he said, it's okay for you to have money, investments will bring you a lot of money, but insurance is the security to guarantee that you will not die poor or die sick. So basically, like most classes of insurance, you first of all identify who is a person taking health insurance.
Okay.
And if it's a man, so that means whatever the plan the man is going to have does not necessarily need to include childbirth. That is what professionals, brokers, that is what we do. Because we appraise each person and then we advise on the most effective insurance to have. If it's somebody under 40, of course, out of practice, we know that certain ailment that usually is common to people on 40 and above. So that will determine the kind of plan they need to have. And the most interesting thing about it is health insurance covers the basic one, the primary health care, the secondary health care, even the critical illnesses like kidney, diabetes, stroke, and all that, even infertility in some cases, depending on the level of plan. So that is what we do. And like I said, because it's not going to make somebody die poor, these days it breaks the heart when you see people donating money because someone had cancer or
common.
Somebody had to go for dialysis and this and that, and they're raising money for that when they could only have paid this little tertiary premium and then they're covered.
You're looking at it like for just the man. Why not holistic, the entire family? Is it possible? Because I don't want the man to just throw the get his own insurance and leave the woman behind.
Okay, so I actually use that as an illustration.
Okay.
So we want to put health plan in place for a family. So I'm just trying to say that because one of the things we do is to also not just get the best plan, but at the lowest price possible. So we look at what is okay for the man, what is okay for the woman, what is okay for the children. So if they have young children, what is the most effective plan to have for the children? If the children are teenagers or young adults, what is the most effective plan? Because the plans vary, and the cover under each plan also kind of vary. So you have a plan that will cover maternity, you have a plan that will cover immunization.
Yes, you're right.
You'll have a plan that will cover, those critical illnesses that come with age. And everything comes at a different price.
You have been a private practitioner for some years now, running your own insurance brokers organization. How has it been?
The culture is not there. We need to develop that culture of insurance. We have to be honest. Our disposable income in this country is low.
It's low.
It's low. So the truth of the matter is that a man who is hungry is not likely to take insurance. A man who has not paid his children's school fees or his rent is not likely to take insurance. So we have those challenges too of the amount of disposable income that our people have. And then the other thing is cultural beliefs. It's not my portion. Such things. It also, people believe that as long as you're a child of God, you are not supposed to fall ill.
Doctors even die.
I don't get it. As long as you are human, these things you have these challenges. They are just natural. They are just natural. So what insurance does is to make sure that when these challenges come, the insurance is there to help you overcome them.
Without any stress.
Yes.
Any stress.
And better than if you had done it alone. We'll be talking about the insurance and health insurance and the rest. It's just like it's okay. You pay 30,000 naira premium for a year to take care of your health insurance to a specific limit. If you go to the hospital, just one trip,
it's more than 30,000. Truly, it's more than 30,000.
But with insurance now, we are able to spread it. We are spread it because if all of us take insurance now, not all of us will not necessarily fall ill or require medical intervention. So that pool we have contributed money to. When, for instance, if I'm the one who needs medical attention, we take from there. That's our common pool and take care of it.
We'll be right back after this time out.
For people that are not insured, the people in the market, the communities, the rural communities, how do you think they can key into this program? What is your role? How are you able to get to them, to encourage them to key in?
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. Yes, I'll talk about rural, but I'm going to talk generally, about every member of the population Nigeria. Of course, NHIS has already made a lot of provisions available for the vulnerable one, for the indigents and all that. NHIS is already doing that. But the interesting thing is, even the market women, or those we think are at the bottom level of the pyramid, they may not be lettered, but trust me, they have a lot of disposable cash.
You're right.
And yes, and one of the things we have done in Lagos area of NTRIB is what we call town hall enlightenment, town hall meetings.
That's nice.
We had town hall meetings with this category of members of the population, and it's amazing what's the power of information. Because when they got to know that there's something like that, they were quite enthusiastic. Knowing that if I pay this amount of money, remember I said they have a lot of disposable cash.
Yeah.
And then they discover that just paying 20,000, for example, for a whole year, gives them unlimited access. One, they don't have to do self-medication anymore that could bring about complications. They don't have to panic when any of the kids or member of the family take ill. They don't have to panic even over their market, knowing that, if I fall ill, number one, how much have I made out of my market? How much sales have I made? How much profit? They're not going to spend money in the hospital. So just having the peace of mind that I already have this, it's only for me to make myself available at the hospital, makes them more settled, more productive. And guess what? Before they know what is happening, the perceived ailment has disappeared. So then talking about the older people, you see, principle of insurance is to actually make provision for uncertainty. Once something is certain, it's no longer insurance anymore, because we're insuring against uncertainty. This body, the physical body, it deteriorates just like any other equipment. So naturally, the older one gets, the more assuredly the person is likely to need medical care. So in insurance, in health insurance, is according to age. Even the premium that will be paid is according to age. And I will tell you, there's also a limit.
Is there no regulation that the private sector should ensure they go through the brokers?
Yes. Like a
it's that way you protect the workers.
Well, as professionals, it's just like you telling anybody who has a case in court that compulsorily they must employ the services of a lawyer.
Right,
because what about if, interestingly, unlike other professionals, that is the interesting thing. That's what makes insurance brokers different. If you engage a lawyer, you've got to pay the lawyer. You engage an accountant, you've got to pay the accountant. When you engage the services of an insurance broker, you actually don't pay the broker.
Oh, really? Who pays the brokers?
Is the insurance company.
It's between us and the insurance companies.
Now,
yes.
Is the insurance company that will pay a commission. And why is that so? Because we have the freedom, having done our due diligence, to take that transaction to any HMO or to any insurance company. So that means if I'm bringing you to the insurance, if I'm bringing a transaction to you as a broker, to an insurance company, is like I'm already telling the client, this insurance company is solid. In fact, I've already done branding for you, basically. That is why if a customer insists that we should go with a particular insurance company or HMO, and we know that they are not likely to meet up with obligations when the need arises. By professional, for ethical reasons, they can't tell you the reason. We'll only tell you we're not comfortable doing this. If you insist, we'll say put it in writing. So when the chips are down, we will not be culpable because we actually have your backing. So in other words, it's like you're already guaranteeing yourself. So that is how it works. So for us to say we're taking this to an insurance company, to this particular insurance company, we have already done branding for you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Bukola Ifemade, and of course, Mr. Francis Ewerido, for coming to do justice to our topic of the day. I'm sure our people watching out there, they've benefited. Please, insurance is for all. If nothing else, for you to buy your peace, rest of mind, try and visit and meet a broker to advise you. Meet a registered broker to help you, because we, as the physicians, your health is our business. So we want you to get insured so you can have that rest of mind that we have talked about. And you can buy the peace that we've also talked about. As usual, my name is Dr. Martina Agbere. Thank you for keeping a date with the physicians.
My name is Dr. Memuna Yusuf Kadri, and buying your peace of mind shouldn't wait till tomorrow. Begin to buy your peace of mind now. Till next time, stay blessed.
Those were the two M's, Dr. Martina Agbere and Dr. Memuna Kadri, talking health insurance on the physicians. And guess what? The physician now is at a different time, because this is the beginning of a new quarter. And every Saturday at 7:30 p.m., you join the two M's talking about these two beautiful ladies to look at the physicians and health issues. Interestingly, for this week, the topic that they'll be treating on the physicians is the heart, coping with high blood pressure. So if for everything and anything you want to know, you want to find out about health, the heart, and in between the high blood pressure, you join the two doctors, Memuna Kadri and Martina Agbere, where they'll be having a guest come to talk to us about the heart. And all of this will be on the physicians every Saturday at 7:30 p.m. It's still morning, right? Let's take a quick break. When we return, we still have so much more coming for you.
Latest entrant, latest technology. Welcome to Intel 4G LTE Advanced and experience super fast internet access today. Visit intel.com.ng or any of our stores in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt to get started. Intel. Live more.
There are several practical measures you can take to protect yourself from the new coronavirus. One of the most important is regular, safe, and effective hand hygiene. using soap and water or alcohol-based hand rub. Here are the steps recommended by WHO to follow. You too can have safe and clean hands anywhere. Now I'm calling on the world to take the WHO Safe Hands Challenge to be ready for coronavirus.
What does it take to get ahead in today's world? To get your dream job, the perfect girl, even a table at your favorite dance club. It takes moving fast. It takes moving at the speed of 4G. With Intel 4G LTE, you've got it all covered. That's because you have access to super fast unlimited data that enables you move as fast as the speed of light. Now, no download is too heavy, no conversation too long. Nothing is impossible. Get Intel 4G LTE Advanced today and do so much more. Intel. Live more.
We're glad you're still here with us on Morning Ride. Remember, for this show, if you want to see this program, if, for instance, you're not able to be by your television sets, you can catch us on the go. And you can reach us on Facebook at NTA2 Lagos Network Center. That's our Facebook page, NTA2 Lagos Network Center. That is where you get to watch this program. And if you want to see us on YouTube, it is NTA2 Lagos. NTA2 Lagos is our YouTube page. And for Twitter, for those of you who are on the go and on Twitter 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can reach us at NTA2 LNC. That's where you can catch this program. So you necessarily don't need to be by a television set to catch Morning Ride and all other programs coming to you on NTA2. Now, if you followed the show at the beginning, there was a mention somewhere of the deterioration of our industries in Nigeria, how a lot of businesses have lost money and are still losing money as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. Now, I want to bring you this report which looks at the state of industrialization in Nigeria. How far, so far. Growing up, I know that, okay, I don't know if a lot of people now know of Bata shoes and Leonard's shoes. Well, those were some of the shoes that I wore to school. I wore to primary school. But one thing I know also is that somehow we just were not seeing them anymore. Lagos, Papa Oshodi Expressway in Lagos used to be the place for industries in Lagos State, where we had high quality local products being manufactured in these industries at that time, and they were comparing favorably side by side with imported products. Today, the situation does not seem to be the same. I'm sure that there are some people who do not even know that we had any industries existing in Nigeria at any particular point in time. One very important one is also Kaduna State, where the top of the range textiles used to come from Kaduna State, and they were exported to different parts of the world. What is happening with these particular companies and industries today? Let's find out on the state of industrialization in Nigeria.
That many companies in Nigeria have relocated to neighboring countries is no longer news. In the last 10 years of Nigeria's democracy, there has been near collapse of infrastructure in the country. Lagos State, known as the center of excellence, boasted of different industries which produced different goods sold in popular markets across the state, side by side with the imported ones. Statistics have shown that high cost of production, inadequate infrastructure, lack of power supply, and inconsistent policy are some of the factors which militated against the smooth and effective operation of these industries. This building behind me was very popular in the 70s for the production of polythene, rubber, and plastics. And as it was the situation around this vicinity then, it used to be a beehive of industrial activities, which contributed in no small measure to the GDP of Nigeria. But today, the story has changed. Many of the buildings here have been converted. This is now a church. What happened to those thriving industries of the 70s, 80s, even early 90s? Is Nigeria just a dumping ground for all finished goods from all parts of the world? What hope is there for the return to the era of industrial boom in Nigeria? Factories such as Michelin, Dunlop, Food and Beverages, Leonard Shoes, Cocoa Grinders Mills, among others, are some of the popular production outfits which have relocated to our neighboring countries. Experts say absence of conducive manufacturing environment and basic infrastructure will continue to draw back the sector.
There are so many things potential investors look at. One major factor is that of ease of doing business. We used to rank very poorly, very poorly, lower end of the rung before. We've made some improvement in terms of ease of doing business as a country, but we still have a very long way to go. And when we talk about ease of doing business, there are so many things that constitute that index called ease of doing business. One major issue there is that of availability of infrastructure. How available, how accessible, how expensive are infrastructural facilities, especially power, road, storage facilities. That is one. Then how hostile is this environment? How conducive is this environment in terms of security, in terms of government policies and pronouncements, in terms of the ease at which funds can flow, in terms of stability in foreign exchange rate, in terms of what is happening to inflationary pressure. They will look at all this as investors before they can stay put in a country.
Some Nigerians bear their minds.
If we have a stable power, for instance, what are you thinking? People will not even care if you are squandering the money. They are interested in something that will enable them to try. When we have a stable power supply, the businesses will run from here, because that's one of the major things that gets industries to look elsewhere. That's one. Secondly, the policies. We need to look at our policies. How are we encouraging the micro company, micro credit, micro SMEs and whatever that are springing up here? We need to look at them. Because when we get those things right, when we look at how they can be encouraged, people will be more comfortable establishing their businesses here. Also, the big companies are not left out. We should not favor some individuals and leave some out. We should have an equal playing field for everybody, every player in the industry.
Those I know that relocated, they moved because of the poor security, bad infrastructure, bad road, increase in tax from 5% to 7.5%, then the bad power supply. Then the particular area where they reside, the place they use might be a rented apartment, and nowadays landlord owners have increased their rent and lease rates, so they have to move to other neighboring countries or neighboring states so that they can minimize their expenses.
Investing in Nigeria is one of the surest means of transformation which would ultimately benefit all and sundry, boost our national income, and improve overall quality of life.
Yes, the state of industrialization in Nigeria. It is sad that a lot of buildings that were used, that served as factories back then, have now been converted to all other uses. Some are used as warehouses for storage, like we saw in that report. Some as churches. Really sad. We just hope and pray that the enabling environment will be provided for investors to come back into Nigeria, both local and foreign investors to be here, produce, manufacture these goods here. I mean, I remember growing up, tires were manufactured here in Nigeria. Some vehicles were also, being manufactured and put together here in Nigeria. It seems that we're now a dump site for finished goods and services, which is really not it. It's still Morning Ride, and so far we hope you're having a good time with us. Remember, you can catch us on our Facebook. For those of you on the move and on the go, you can join this program and enjoy it and all of the programs on our Facebook page, NTA2 Lagos Network Center, and on YouTube we are NTA2 Lagos. While for those of you on Twitter, you're at NTA2 LNC. Those are the social media handles for us, which you can get us by and follow all our programs. It's time now for us to take a look at what is happening in the world of sports, but not directly, because we're going to be joining our brothers talking about Paul Ejimboyin on our Star Times segment. Star Times is here to tell us what they have, the new products that they have for our viewers.
Yeah, my name is Ejimboyin Paul, the Zonal Brand and Marketing Manager NTA Star TV Lagos. Of course, we have a lot of content we're giving out to you. I know you've been enjoying the General Daughter, the series that we've been showing on ST Novella E. Of course, this time around, we are going to be showing a bumper one, the type you will be seeing in Netflix, the one we call Bolivar. Let me give you a little hint about this Bolivar. Bolivar is a hero within his community who fought for his people to be a free man and for his people to be free from slave. And this man puts in the best he can do for his people and become a legend. Watch out for Bolivar on ST Novella E. Of course, I won't forget our kids this time around, because we know that the lockdown has made schools to be closed at this moment. So watch out for Star Times Junior and as well as Star Times Senior. Of course, get informed with all the junior secondary school educative information on Star Time, as well as the senior school classes. Even if you are taking your WAEC, great opportunity awaits you to tune into Star Time and get informed. Of course, we are bringing the church to your doorsteps. If you have been missing your church services, a great opportunity awaits for you on Star Time. Are you a Catholic? Tune in to EWTN. Have all the masses there that you have been missing, and then commune with your God. Even the local channels can still give you these services at any point in time on Sunday. The channel, television, AIT. Also, if you're a Pentecostal, we have lots of channels you can tune in for your services. Are you ready? Tune in to Dove TV. If you are a winner attending Living Faith Church, go to Impact African Television on Star Time and you tune in and enjoy your sermon. Also, if you are a worshiper with TB Joshua, the Synagogue, we have Emmanuel TV on our platform. A good one awaits for you over there. Just tune in and enjoy yourself. And for our Muslim faithful, we have wonderful prophetic teachings you can enjoy on Star Time. Just tune in to Ikra TV on Star Time or the Medina channel, as well as the Sunnah TV. You get lot of prophetic teachings from all the different clerics and enjoy it on StarTime. StarTime have bumper package for you this time around. Don't forget that the FA Cup is still on. FA Cup is on StarTime. The draws has gone down over this week. Just know that Arsenal will be playing Manchester United. It's going to be coming on 18th of July this month. Also, Manchester United will be locking horns against Chelsea. What a match not to miss. Tune in to StarTime. Ensure you're online, recharge, and enjoy all these matches. Don't also forget that Europa League will be coming up soon on StarTime. August awaits you. Always be online to enjoy all these things. Don't forget also the Bundesliga is still on. The likes of Bayern Munich, Hoffenheim, Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach. The kind of players we like to be seeing. Alaba. Tune in to StarTime and enjoy all these things. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
StarTimes minutes with Paul Ejemboy intimating us there with all the new products that StarTimes has for your viewing pleasure and which you can always catch up with. It's still morning, right? And as we begin to wind down on the show, we wouldn't go away without taking you into the world of entertainment to find out what's happening there. Let's take our entertainment tidbits.
Glad to have you join us on Entertainment Tidbit on Morning Ride. Award-winning movie star Genevieve Nnaji and filmmaker Akin Omotosho have both received invites from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences (Oscars) for the 819 membership invites recently released by the Academy. The 2020 class comprises 45% women, 36% underrepresented ethnic and racial communities, and 49% internationals from 68 countries. Those who accept the invitations will be the only additions to the Academy's membership in 2020. The duo were chosen based on their immense contributions to theatrical motion picture. Other notable mentions include Cynthia Erivo, Eva Longoria, Zendaya, Aquafina, and more. This will not be the first time Nigerian filmmakers are making the Academy's membership list. Actress Omotola Jalade Ekende and film producer Femi Odugbemi were extended invites. Congratulations to the invitees. Nigerian actress Regina Daniels has welcomed the baby boy with billionaire husband Ned Nwoko. The news was shared via Instagram by the movie star's brother recently. Congratulations to the Nwokos and Daniels. Nigerian superstars Burna Boy and Wizkid have gone on with the Best International Arts BET and BET HER Awards respectively. BET HER Award recognizes neo soul and or traditional R&B artists. The 20th edition of this award was held via virtual media across the globe due to coronavirus. The duo as well received their awards virtually. Congratulations to them. Popular music star Peter Okoye's wife, Omotayo, has spoken on her experience with the dreaded coronavirus. In a video she shared via her Instagram page recently, she said she went through pain and watched her family go through it because her daughter also tested positive.
I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that reached out during this horrible COVID experience. I don't wish it upon my worst enemy, and I need to let everybody know that COVID is real. It is real. I suffered. I was in so much pain. I watched my family go through it, and I really don't wish this upon my worst enemy. Please, we need to do better. We need to social distance better. We need to make sure that we wash our hands all the time. We need to sanitize. We need to just make sure that we stay away from crowds. It's very important. A lot of people are asymptomatic, and they have it, and you don't know, and they pass it on. Thank you so much for everybody that prayed for us, for your love, for the care packages, for the food, for the pastors who prayed for us. Thank you so much. We love you, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
In 3 weeks of hell for me and my family. I had COVID-19 for about 3 weeks. I was kind of imprisoned in my own house. The reason why I decided to come out, to say it is because I think I'm going to encourage a lot of people concerning this whole social distancing, getting used to sanitizing your hands, disinfecting your environment, wearing your face mask and all that. Not just me, even 2 of my domestic staffs. After a week, my daughter caught the virus as well. But it was sad that when she caught it, the doctor insisted that she has to be self-isolated in her own room. My wife did something very, very courageous. She said no. I was sick and I was being self-isolated in my guest room. I can't even see my sick daughter. And I was feeling so bad because I felt like I'm the one who actually brought this virus to the house. It was so bad that I had to be calling her on a video, checking out for her and all that. The next day, I think my wife did something very courageous. What she did was she asked to pick our daughter from her room and held her, took her to the master bedroom. And she called me. She started crying. I said, what happened? She said, I can't leave this girl alone. I did rather be infected, but I did rather be with her. So 5-6 days time, my daughter was pronounced negative. We knew it wasn't going to end there. The next day, Lola became positive. It's been hell. I don't know how to say it, but we had a bad experience. Just want to tell everyone out there that this COVID-19 is real. Don't take it for granted. I'm happy to announce that my wife, myself, our daughter, and 2 of our domestic staff, all of us are now negative.
Nollywood veteran Ife Onwemene is down with endometrial cancer and needs help from well-meaning Nigerians. A colleague, Gloria Anozie Young, shared the news of her illness via her Instagram page. According to Gloria, Ife tried sourcing for funds, but her efforts were futile. Hence, now appealing to the public to come to her aid. The veteran has been in the industry for the past 2 decades. And that's it on Entertainment Tidbits. Morning Ride continues shortly. Stay tuned.
I trip into the world of entertainment, and how more real could it be than hearing from Peter Okoye, that's one half of the P Square, who came down with the coronavirus. His wife did, his daughter, their domestic staff. I don't know what else to say to our viewers this morning, except to please take it from me. Coronavirus is real. I have friends, very, very close friends, who have come down with this virus. I know we have lost people to the coronavirus. Please, let's wash our hands as often as possible with water, soap and running water. Where there is no soap, please use alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Use your nose mask. Silvanos, use your nose mask. Yes, I will. I think I had to do that. Use your nose mask all the time. It is not meant for underneath your chin. And apart from that, also maintain social distancing. If you have no business outside, please stay at home. Now, very importantly for parents, because I hear that some people are trying to find out about the reopening of schools. The Lagos State government has announced the reopening of schools for graduating students in JSS 3 and SS 3. And this starts on the 3rd of August. Of course, this only applies to day students. And with that, we draw the curtain on this week's episode of Morning Ride. Thank you for staying tuned to us. Do have for yourselves a lovely time out there. But please stay safe and stay well. I remain Ololade Adenijade. Bye-bye.